Welcome to video 3 in this 3-part series where we're helping you as a food truck business owner get more business during the off season. Doesn't matter if that's summer or winter, you can use all of these ideas. If you missed out on part 1 and part 2, then you can go back and check those out. The links are in the description. We talked about how you can find businesses to network and work with, and we also talked about exactly how you can find the right businesses and reach out to them. Now, in this one, we're going to talk about how to use Instagram specifically. There's a process, tip, trick, hack, whatever we want to use it, that I'm going to cover. And you can actually use the same idea on Facebook and TikTok as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up Instagram and you're going to go down to the search. Then into the search, all I want you to do is put in your location and then hit the blue search button. What that's going to do is it's going to bring up any accounts that have put in your location into their recent posts. Now, what you're going to see is a load of options at the top. There's top, accounts, audio. You're going to hit onto places. And now you'll have a list of places coming up. Now, there's certain places around the world that have the same name. So, for example, Salem is in Massachusetts, it's in India, and it's in Oregon as well. So you need to make sure you pick the right option. I'm going to go with Salem, Oregon in this example. You'll then get a new menu up, and here we've got all the posts that have posted with Salem, Oregon as their location for the post. You've got top and recent, but it's recent that we're interested in because these are all the posts that have been put up in the last few minutes, hours, or days. Now, some of these are not going to be relevant to you at all. Some of these are going to be people posting about family things or kids graduating or riding their first bike or taking their first steps, but you'll have some businesses and potentially influencers in here. Now, don't panic when I say the word influencers. We're not interested in spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds in order to work with somebody who has a 10 million following. We're looking for local influencers. So that would be businesses or people that have more followers than you. Could be 2,000, could be 5,000, could be 10,000, but they've got a large audience that we can work with. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go through every single one of these posts. And as I said, a lot of them aren't going to be relevant. You can just flick off straight away. But we're looking for two things. The first thing we're looking for is people that are in the location, maybe a business, maybe it is an influencer, and we want to comment something positive on their post. Now, this means that they probably don't have somebody, or they're not somebody we can work with straight away, but they are somebody that's worth engaging with. So they might become a follower, they might actually end up coming down to our business. They might be a business that we wouldn't work with ever directly. So maybe as a food truck owner, we'd never work directly with a beautician, but it might be a beautician that we know is just up the road from where we normally park, or they might know somebody and we don't know that, but they might have somebody that they know in their family or friend that could use our services. So leaving something positive and friendly about their post. The second thing you can do, if you do find a business that you think you could form a relationship with or could offer a service to, then this is the kind of business that you want to follow and start engaging with their account. That doesn't mean you go in there and spam their account. Go in, look at the last 4 or 5 posts, like a couple of them that are relevant, leave a friendly, relevant comment. So for example, if they're commenting about a football team, maybe you'd want to leave a relevant comment. Maybe if they have, maybe they're a food shop or a catering company and you want to leave a comment about their food. Maybe they're a IT software company and you want to leave a comment about software or computers or IT. Make sure it's relevant, make sure it's engaging, and start engaging with their content. Now, this is something that you can do regularly. You could do 20 minutes every day. And as I said, you can repeat this on Facebook and TikTok as well. Maybe you just want to do it once a week, but you need to start getting known in your community. And this is a way to do it completely for free. And especially if you're not getting as much foot traffic as normal, you can sit down, or somebody within your team can sit down and start engaging with these other influencers, businesses, brands within your location in order to get your name out there a bit more. And then once you've got businesses that you're engaging with, you can add them to those lists of people that we talked about in part 1, and then start thinking about how you could contact them in a really personal way in order to offer your services. And as I said, part 1 of this video series, we talked about exactly that. Now, What do you do if there are large businesses in your area that you would like to work with, but you don't actually have a natural in? So, for example, you can't think of a way that you could work with them. If you find your local football or hockey team, you could cater an event, and that's really obvious. If you have a school that has an event, you could cater that. And we talk about that, as I said, in part 1 and part 2. But what if there's a business out there and you can't figure out a natural in? Well, actually, I've got a bonus episode. It's this one here on the screen, and I'd love you to watch it, because if you do, it's going to give you a really unusual idea, a way that you could contact this business and potentially work with them. Watch that video now.